Hello and welcome back to a new video in the series of modding my Mike Bloomfield guitar. I've sort of lost count of how many episodes I've made, but hopefully you haven't gotten bored of all these videos yet. And hopefully you're learning something. We're gonna continue, and in this video we're finally gonna route away a bunch and mod the guitar and make place for this humbucker holder, and route away there and make place for that humbucker route that we need there as well. Without any more swibbity schwabbity, let's just jump into it, because these intros are always a hassle for me to make and I always talk too much. So I'm first gonna remove this right here, just so we can get started. Real quickly, just take out the screws. We're gonna have to take out the screws for the pickup as well, because we're not yet gonna take off the pickguard and do some unsoldering of the pickup, so we're gonna have it just fall into the cavity for now, so that we can make some outlines and measurements of where things need to go, because I don't have a template for this that I can use to just line everything up, so we're gonna have to make some measurements. So now we can just take this off. You can see the original paint underneath. Very stupid little detail, but that's the way, you know, it is on old guitars. Anyway, here's the new bridge. I wonder if any of these holes are going to line up. I don't think so. This hole here might be the only one we can actually use. So we're just going to put this screw in here a little bit of the way. And this is all just because, you know, it's very much, you know, a sort of free form, free flow thing. So I'm just going to put it like that and hold it in place. And I'm just going to mark this out. I'm going to use a razor blade because I have it on hand. Just score the sides here a little bit. Now we can remove this again. Now we can remove all these screws on the side and take the pickguard off, and we can unsolder the pickups and remove them because we're not going to use them anyway. So we can just take them out of the equation. Let me just unscrew these screws and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so I've taken everything off and soldered and removed the solder and the joints on the output jack and the pickups. So now this is off. I took off the neck as well because I just felt like, we don't need it. Okay, so I've put out the bridge. I used that hole, and then I measured with the neck pocket and the alignment where to put some screws in so that the new bridge is in place. Super easy to do. Yeah, barely an inconvenience. Let me know if you get that reference, because it's not a guitar related one. Anyway, the thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the routing of this cavity doesn't overlap out here and becomes a problem, because obviously this has to fit in there. And this can actually become an issue because it's very easy to go over here. So that's why I've put tape on the sides here, so that we don't touch the tape. Yeah, I'm going to do some routing to try to avoid that whole mess of an area. And now I'm just going to take a pen. I'm going to use one of my super markers or whatever they're called, and just fill in here. Doesn't matter if you get a little bit on the metal, just so we can see sort of where we are. Yeah, and we're going to remove a little bit more than this so that we have some wiggle room in there. And then we're also going to mark out these holes here as well, so that we have an understanding of where we can actually go, because it's going to be super easy to mess this up, and I don't want to do that. So here we have it. Now I've marked out the black areas, and this area here where the black is, I'm just going to remove super quickly with my router. No issues, no problems, just freehand remove it. And then I'll be back for the tiny bits where we need to make room for these little ears that stick out on the pickups. Okay, so right here we have the route I've just done. It doesn't look that good, but it doesn't necessarily need to look that good. And also with the old routing, you get what you get, basically. I have the marks from the bridge right here, and I can put in this pickup here. And then I can see that the tape that is outside isn't super close to where the pickup is. So if I push this all the way here and I score a tiny little thing here, and I push it all the way here, and I score a tiny little thing here. With a razor blade, I get super thin lines. I can free route up to that. The pickup should fit in neatly and nicely, but the bridge should just have a tiny bit to cover up. And that's the sort of challenge that you're having. The pickup needs to sit there nicely and secured, but the bridge needs to not have a hole basically on the side. So when I come back, I will have just routed a tiny little bit here, and I'm going to try to do my very best to not go past that line and just really nicely up to it. And I know you can't see the line, but it's there. And it's here. Okay, so I've routed away and it looks a little bit jagged. Anyway, never mind. It all works. The pickup will fit in the cavity nice and neatly, and the bridge covers it up and you don't get any weird little holes on the side. So now we can move on to the next step. We don't need this tape anymore, or at least I don't think so. I super quickly, after routing this, also routed out the neck pocket. It's more hidden, and I haven't done the hole in the pickguard, and so I just used whatever I had there and made it big enough, or wide enough, because it was already big enough in all other directions, so it fits in there. It's very sloppily made, but that's okay, because we're gonna hide it. And if anyone asks, is it okay to do sloppy work? No, I don't think it is, but this is my own private, personal guitar, and I don't know what's gonna happen inside of here later. I might add a middle pickup or something, I don't know. I just don't want to focus on that sort of things too much. If this was someone else's guitar, and if I got like paid to do anything or anything like that, or if you get paid to do this sort of work, you should obviously pay more attention and do things properly. Just want to say that because I don't want to come across as someone who's just, you know, messing about and throwing things out, and it doesn't take this serious at all. This is my private, personal guitar, and we're just having fun right now, and so I don't feel like we need to overcomplicate it more than that at the moment. But yes, if I ever build a guitar for the channel to do a giveaway or something like that, I will never do this sort of sloppy work inside of that. I don't know. I'm rambling again. Sorry, don't mean to ramble all the time. I know I do. But anyway, now we're gonna go over to the pickguard. We're gonna take care of this first, and I'm actually gonna see if I can carve this away and just, you know, use that line that I cut into as a sort of starting off point, and we'll just see how this goes. It should be easy, but you know, just because it should be doesn't necessarily mean it will be. And especially the corners here are going to be tricky. Would have been nice to have a already made template for this, but I didn't think about these things when I made this guitar. I think that looks nice. Let's see if we can make this work. There we go. It's a little bit hard to do, or not hard to do, but you need to use some force. I'm going to clean this up with a file and just go slowly, and then match everything up with the bridge so that it's a really nice fit. It's almost ready already. Okay, so this cutout here is now big enough where this fits, and it's, yeah, it goes in there pretty neatly. I'm pleased with it. So now we need to basically transfer this pickup cavity size over here and make sure that it fits nicely. And so I'm gonna start off by putting down some tape, because it's gonna be easier to draw and mark out things on tape. So I'm just gonna line this up a little bit like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're just gonna use the tape to draw on. We're not gonna use it as some sort of measurement. And there's a couple of pieces of tape in between as well. So first off, we're gonna transfer the cavity to this pickguard. So we take the body, we measure its thickness right about here somewhere, and yeah, gonna put the pickguard back on the body and align the screw holes a little bit. Just see, and now we can just can make some marks on this so that when we route this, we know to align it with those marks, basically, like that. I hope that makes sense. As I always say, and I always mean it, if something doesn't make sense to you, what I'm doing, just talk to me in the comments below, and yeah, we'll sort things out. Hopefully, you know, make everything make sense. I am obviously doing these videos to help out. Okay, so here's the thing, and it's gonna go up there, like so, and we're gonna have screw holes over there, and we're gonna actually fill this in with this. So something like that. I hope this makes sense to you. It's, you know, I don't have any templates, I don't have any lines to follow really, so we're going off like this, and hopefully everything will make sense. And let's just mark this out and start carving that out and see how we're gonna do this in a way that is the best way to do it. Just, I don't know. Let me think about it. Okay, so I've scored a line around the entire thing, but there is a roundover. And so I'm gonna use this tool that I made in one of my Guitar Builder's life hacks. And if you haven't seen that, it basically is a little ring with a center in it. And this is a 5mm, that's why there's a 5. And it lets me basically figure out that if I want to drill a hole that aligns with these, then I need to drill where I poked. And I need to use a 5mm. So this is basically, I'm just using my awl. If you feel like I'm not showing it good enough where you understand, let me know, because some of these things I could do an extra video of just going over and trying to make it more understandable, I suppose is the word. Okay, so now I'm going to drill these holes, and I have the marking, and I have a drill bit the right size, 5mm. I'm going to try to do this without ruining everything. And I have a sacrificial board underneath, just to make sure that nothing goes into my working surface underneath. Something like that. And now I should really only need to like connect the dots, basically. Which, I don't know if you can see the dots. There they are. Sorry. Always out of frame, but never out of love. Yeah. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did earlier. Just cut until the middle falls away. And I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, and I've carved this out, and I've refound it and filed it. Basically the same thing I did up here, which you can't really see, but up here. Not that much to show really. It would have been another thing if this was plastic, because you couldn't carve in plastic. You would have to make a template and route it out. And yeah, I'm definitely at some point gonna have to make a custom pickguard, because that happens all the time. That is made of actual plastic pickguard material. So we'll do that then. Anyway, now we're just going to drill these holes here. Something like that. Now we can remove the tape. Some of you are probably going to see this, or most of you, without me showing it, is what I'm trying to say. Here we have the holes for our pickup. But right here, there, and there, and there, we have the old holes that, I don't know, they look a little bit wonky and weird in this pickguard right now, so we're going to have to come up with a way to fill it. I also feel like that hole there is a little bit too close and I want to move it. And I think I want to move this hole over to the side a little bit as well. I'm thinking that maybe down the line I'll make a new pickguard, because there are so many things that look ragged with this pickguard that I don't know what I think about it. And it will be a pretty good thing to show you guys like how to make a pickguard template and things like that anyway. So it might be a good idea. Also, this pickguard is falling apart actually. You can maybe saw how that broke a little bit. So I'm thinking this for now, just to make it super simple and easy for myself and to not waste a bunch of time, that I'm just going to plug these holes up with a tiny bit of epoxy clay for now. I'll color this in with pencil later, and I'll hide them that way for now. And then once everything has dried, I can re-drill these holes and make this pickguard, you know, a little bit more perfect, because if I just color these in, they're not going to be that super noticeable. And it's a very rustic guitar anyway, so it doesn't necessarily matter that much. And then I think I'm going to look for some like really nice veneer or something and see if we can maybe use this as a template and make pickguards. And it could be actually kind of cool and fun, I think, because maybe, you know, if someone else wants to build this sort of guitar and they want a pickguard, I could make them a pickguard, maybe? I don't know, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm going to put the guitar back together now. Whew, yeah, so now the guitar is put back together, and I gotta say that I think it looks really nice with these pickups. I got some in my eye, goddammit. I think these looks really nice. I think they look, it makes the guitar look better. I don't know what to say. Talk to me in the comments below, let me know what you think. The only issue I really have right now is that I think that maybe this pickguard doesn't, I don't know. I feel like it's not fancy enough with these pickup covers, and the whole guitar aesthetic is a little bit off. So I'm thinking, new pickguard maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. You're gonna have to talk to me in the comments below, because I don't know. It's just what I think when I look at it right now. It's getting really late. I've been working on this all day. It took forever, which I hope doesn't come across in the video, because I don't want it to be. But yeah, I have to go now, because we're gonna watch a movie and everyone is waiting for me. We're gonna watch Brain Dead, which is a movie from '92. Really awesome movie if you haven't seen it, and if you've seen it, you know it's awesome. And yeah, I'm gonna put strings on this. I'm gonna intonate it, fix it around a little bit, you know, stretch the strings. And then we're gonna go to video edit. But it's gonna be another day. Well, for you, it's gonna be right after I say goodbye to you now, because obviously I'm gonna record it later. Anyway, rambling, sorry, tired, need to go. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring the bell for notifications, because there's always fun things happening in this channel, or at least that's what I'm trying to do. And I'll talk to you in another video. Stay awesome and cool, and don't forget to go and play guitar, because it's been a long day here in the basement trying to build something, and don't build so much that you forget to play guitar, is what I'm trying to say. So do that. And also, I don't know, let me know what you think. I think this looks nice. I'm liking this a lot more each time I'm looking at it. I really think this pickup thing was an awesome thing, and it's a super easy thing to do. That wasn't very hard to do. It's all the other jiggery pokery. I'm gonna go, and here is a sound demo of these pickups. And let me also know in the comments below if you want me to put the sound clip from when the guitar was finished together with this sound clip and make a video just comparing the two pickups. So I could do that. I have the videos. Obviously I can't re-record with the old pickups because they're not in the guitar anymore, and I'm not putting them back in. Anyway, sorry for the rambling. I'm gonna go now. You're gonna go now. Do something else than watch YouTube videos and have fun. Watch Brain Dead. It's an old Peter Jackson movie. It's awesome. It's great. It's fantastic. It's fun and gory, and they're like weird Australian Nazis in it. So yeah.